This is episode number 5 of our 12-part series for OCR Radio's Getting Started in OCR. Today we want to talk about hydration. And hydration comes up a lot because it can really make it or break it for you on the course. And it's something that is fuzzy even to the experts. So, successful hydration starts long before race day. Many people, they think they can just start increasing their water intake the day before race and call it good. But proper hydration starts well before that. So, how long? Experts don't really know. Like I said, pretty fuzzy out there, but what we do know is that you have to pay attention to it at least the week prior. So that's what we're really going to focus on here and talk about. So how much water should you be drinking? This is just as fuzzy for the experts. The amount required and the frequency required for quote-unquote proper hydration is specific to each individual, and it varies based on age, sex, current level of fitness, the climate you live in, including the relative humidity, the type of work that you do, the training regimen you're on, your body composition, how much you're sleeping, and what your nutrition looks like. And it even depends on your genetic predisposition, your metabolic rate, and other factors that we didn't even get to here. Sounds easy enough to figure out, huh? So, while we may not be able to prescribe the exact winning formula for you, we wanted to talk about some of the things that you can do to set yourself up for success. A big question is, do I need to drink sports drinks? And the short answer is no. Most sports drinks, such as Gatorade, Powerade, vitamin water, and even coconut water, contain far too much sugar and can actually cause dehydration. And if you think you can just dilute them to decrease the sugar content, you're only kind of right, because diluting them also dilutes their sodium content, which you actually want the sodium. You don't necessarily want to dilute that. So what should you be drinking? Just drinking high quality water is what you need. So sure, we are concerned about potassium, sodium, sucrose, glucose, amino acids, but drinking sports drinks with levels that are really high in sugar won't solve these problems. I also included in the show notes a link to the importance of magnesium and the balance of magnesium in our bodies. And when the balance gets off, things can go terribly wrong. I bring this up because one of the things that can cause an imbalance in our magnesium is too much sugar. So a lot of times we'll take in these sugary drinks, we cause all of these other imbalances, and that's a problem. So check out the link in the show notes. Super interesting. What happens if I'm not hydrated? I think we all know that dehydration headache that we can get, but some of us might not be too sure about some of the other signs. So the initial indicators of not being hydrated include feeling like garbage in general, dizzy, fuzzy-headed, heavy, slow, and generally like you aren't going to have a very strong race. Your ability to perform during the race will also decrease, while your perceived exertion rate will be at an all-time high. So just try to imagine driving at 55 miles per hour while still in first gear. Nothing about that feels good. Having a bad or slow race is actually the best case scenario if you're dehydrated. And the worst case is hospitalization. Believe me, it happens faster than you can imagine, and it takes a lot longer to recover from than you might think. So if you add heat to the equation, then you can end up in a truly life-threatening situation such as heat stroke. So then you might wonder, how do I hydrate the week before the race? Start by taking an assessment. So how conditioned are you? How strenuous is your day-to-day work? How hard are you training? What is your age? What is your level of fitness? What is the climate and or elevation like where you're currently living? And what is that climate and elevation going to be like when you're racing? Higher elevations, hotter climates, even colder climates, those extreme conditions really tax the body. You want to make sure you're extra hydrated for that, especially elevation. So the older you are, the less conditioned you are, the harder you are training or working on a daily basis, the more water you're going to need to drink. I always recommend shooting for a gallon to see how you feel. Some people will notice they spend all day in the bathroom, and we don't want this either. And then some people will notice that they have finished their entire gallon before they even come home from their work day. In this case, you just want to drink more water. The main point when trying to figure out your hydration needs is to consistently self-assess. And you're going to want to skip all alcoholic beverages for at least the 3 to 4 days before your race. I recommend skipping them for the whole week, just enjoy your beer after the race, but that's a personal choice. So, if you're going to put yourself through all of this, why not set yourself up for your best possible race? And you can forego some alcoholic beverages for a few days. During the race, we typically use our hydration packs for any course that is longer than 8 miles or for the hot races. And the thought process on this is that the hydration pack will not slow us down nearly as much as ending up dehydrated and feeling like we're trying to go 55 miles per hour while still in first gear. Carrying the hydration pack also gives us a place to store any bars, gels, packets with us while we're racing. And we have been known to put a little Pedialyte in our hydration packs from time to time. Not too much, just a little bit. We also carry pickle juice in small containers in our hydration packs, and if you've never tried this trick for cramps, you have to try it. We've said during so many races that the pickle juice is the MVP, and I put a link to the blog post that explains the mechanism behind this, or maybe lack of understanding of the mechanism behind this, and the show notes. And the way we carry this pickle juice is we will get those little travel shampoo bottles that are empty. They don't have anything in them. And we'll just put pickle juice in those. Those are for the shorter races. For the longer ones where we think we might need a lot more, we'll go ahead and finish, like, say, a small green juice, or like they have the small orange juice drinks. So we'll empty that out and put pickle juice in there. And then we just store those into our hydration packs. If you want more information on this, a little more scientific, I included a really great blog post that I found during some of my research in setting up my outline. He gets into the who, what, when, where, why, and how of hydration without completely losing the reader with the super scientific stuff. So that is in the show notes too. I just wanted to cover some of the basics for hydration. So stick around for episode number 6 of our 12-part series coming up next. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. OCR Radio. Get out, get dirty, get living.